This video is in collaboration with Swisher Sweets. Make sure you go check out their channel and check out their new dope series called Pack Night Performances. They have live performances by up-and-coming artists such as Chili Chills, Kalechi, and Zip K. Yeah, man, make sure you go check out all of the cool, dope stuff. Make sure you check out the collaborations we got, and make sure you subscribe to Swisher Sweets. They got a lot of dope musical stuff over there, man.
Damn millennials.
Just saying, man. Just saying. Old Man River.
Old Man River.
Isn't that a song?
Yes, it is.
Dead End Hip Hop album review, Black America Again. Before we get into the review, man, go check out Dead End Hip Hop's Patreon. We be checking the comments. You're asking if we're doing the 1992 review. It's already done, but patrons get it early. Become a patron. How much $1 get you, man? I'm telling you, you get stuff early. You get to vote on what we're going to review next. You guys have some influence on Dead End Hip Hop for $1. Back to the review. Common, Black America Again. So, you know, typically, like I said, I don't want to look at the features, the titles, or nothing. But for some reason, as soon as I got this one, I kind of looked down, right? And I was like, I cheated a little bit, just a little bit. And I was looking at all of the features at first, and I'm like, oh, no rap features. Okay, all singing features. Okay, all right, don't know what the hell to expect right now. That kind of threw me off. And as soon as Joy and Peace came on, I was like, oh my God. Oh man, like when he really started rapping and his wordplay and he started, I was like, oh man, we might be in for a ride. We really might be in for a ride. And after I listened to it, and I'm gonna get back into it because this is a really good project. I was like, how do I describe this album? I don't feel like I just listened to something that's hip hop. Like I don't feel like I just listened to something that was just rap, dope beats, dope rhyme. Like I didn't feel like that. It was more for me. So I was like, man, how do I explain this? Like this album to me is like black art. You know what I'm saying? Like it just took me to a whole different place. It didn't feel like a prototypical rap album, man. And it's not often that I feel like that listening to music, reviewing it for Dead End Hip Hop. This right here, man, Common, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this.
Is that because of the last album?
Because
that failed to live up to at least my expectations.
Was it Nobody Smiling, right?
Yeah. Some of his past albums, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of had good moments, but didn't really hit the mark. Like he didn't hit a home run with any of his, like two or three last albums.
Something about like B and Final Forever.
Oh, of course. That you know, B is a classic. That's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Of course. This project here, man. Oh my God! Like, and then the timing of it too. I think that the timing, and I think maybe that's why I'm so over it. You know what I'm saying? Like with Trump winning the election. You know what I'm saying? That you know, a lot of us black and brown people, we felt some type of way. And then for this project, for me to start diving into this project, I was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like the track he had talking about his dad, like that hit me hard too. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot, man. Like this really took me on an emotional roller coaster. I also like how Common really empowered women on this album. You know what I'm saying? Like typically when you listen to hip hop, at some point in time we're gonna degrade, hell yeah, you know, look at that fat ass, look at this. You didn't get none of that on here. None of that on here. You know what I'm saying? And it's refreshing. And I think that this album, we talked about it in the T.I., Us or Else. You know, that what OG rapper, you know what I'm saying, that has some establishment, some clout, is really addressing these type of issues. Mm-hmm. You know, we gave T.I. praise, we gotta give Common praise for this too. And I'll just go through some of my favorite joints. Honestly, all of them. All of them. I really didn't have anything that I would have taken off of this, man, because I feel like everything was placed perfectly. The interludes to break up, you know what I'm saying, from going from the deeper subjects to transitioning to, you know, the softer women topics like Red Wine. You know what I'm saying? And then the track right after that is Pyramids, and he comes back with the hardness again. So just everything, man. Like this album, honestly, I haven't heard a better album, beginning to end, for me, since we did To Pimp a Butterfly.
Black America Again was probably one of the strongest Common songs I've heard
in years,
in
easily.
a long time. Like the emotion,
the rapping,
Stevie Wonder, and then the rapping.
Stevie Wonder came in.
Stevie Wonder just put the finishing touches in. What is my girl name? And you said her name too. My girl on the bass.
Esperanza Spalding.
Yes.
Oh, Spalding.
Yes, because she came in on the bass at the end when Stevie Wonder was singing. I was like, this shit.
I think that was her.
Robert Glasper was on the piano. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also too, the production was handled.
So you may as well.
Yeah, I'm
The production was
We
handled.
skip over Ken and go to B.
I'll get in and out.
Production was handled by Karriem Riggins. He's from Detroit.
The drummer guy. Well, I thought he was from Detroit.
Yeah, he's a drummer. He's
Hey, don't question me on Detroit.
No, I thought
he's not. No, you're not. You said you thought what? You thought he was a
for some
drummer?
reason I thought he was from Chicago, but
No, he's from.
that's why I asked.
But yeah, production was entirely handled by Karriem Riggins, with sprinkle a little bit of Robert Glasper in there, here and there. So, but Black America was like nuts. I love the fact that. I think everything about that. So I think that was the perfect way to have a song as your title track, because to me that summed up this album so well. Even though I think the middle part, some of the like Love Star, Red Wine, the placement is fine, but yeah, those in that middle part, the happier, and I love love songs. That's fine, because I love The Day Women Took Over. You talk about black. I love, like you said, this is not the first time he's glorified black.
Of course not.
Not the first time. So I mean, it's not like he's stumping new ground with this content. So it's like some of this I've heard before, but I just like the soulfulness and all the instrumentation and the production that brings out this whole black. Like this is like what Ken said about To Pimp a Butterfly. This is a black album. This is a black experience when you listen to this. Yeah, I think in Rain, Love Star, I can kind of do without. Little Chicago Boy, when we talk about his dad, I thought that was an awesome joint. And then he finished the album strong with those two tracks. Letter to the Free was amazing.
Yes.
That's like, I think that's probably like my second favorite joint after Black America Again. What was you going to say?
Didn't it feel like, cause we have been with his dad for a while.
Every time. I mean,
Like,
he's always finished the albums out.
Yes.
Always.
And, like, that was like a moment in this album where you're like, God dang, man, like, there's no more pop.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to actually think that, because like you say, he's been such a part of Common's career and just a part of us as well, because of the things that the way he's just always wrapped up an album. And it just felt kind of, I felt sad that we're gonna lose him too.
I think Common put great emotion into this album. I think I feel like with the last album, I think that's why we were so kind of disappointed, because we was like, nobody smiling. In the time we was going on in Chicago and all that, we was like, this should have been a more, like, we should have felt something from that album. You know what I'm saying? I think we was a little disappointed, because we was like, you missed the mark, Common. I think with this, I think he was trying to at least getting the be finding forever essence of like just the whole black experience with his album. That's what I think he tried to accomplish. That's why it was called Black American Again. So yeah, I thought this was a dope album.
Going back to what you were saying earlier about the timing of this release, of course it was obviously intentional. He's on record of saying that. And I think even when he was in the recording process, they kind of pre-planned this out last year. And he also said it's a call to action. And I do like the album. I do think the album is definitely dope. I didn't quite get the call to action feeling from it. I got more of almost like a letter to Black America, especially with Black America Again. Like you guys have already said about that song, it's so inspiring, it's so uplifting. And, it's just Black America Again. You think about the words, again. And of course, we didn't know the results of what was going to happen. And here we are in this particular moment. So I think the timing of this album, coupled with the results of the election, you kind of need something like that. The song about what would the world be like if a woman ran the world, definitely a nice perspective on that. The way that, and we talk about this, maybe on Twitter or whatever, but the way that we need to respect and uplift Black women, and the way he kind of took that and flipped that to give people listening just like something to think about. And even just the other songs on here, Just huh?
That's the Pyramids.
Yeah,
A bigger picture called Free. That was a really good song
about
too.
the prison system. So to me, when I'm listening to it, I was like, oh man, I didn't know at the time until I talked to you earlier this week that Karriem Riggins did the whole project outside of Robert Glasper and Esperanza and I think maybe somebody else we named, but
Frank Dukes.
And to me, it was like, oh, Common kind of went back to his almost like Water for Chocolate kind of feel, where it's very soulful, very jazzy, very kind of moody in a sense. And for me, that was one of the things that I liked about it because nothing really sounded forced.
I'm surprised you ain't, with that said, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Bilal, because aren't you a Bilal fan?
Oh, yeah.
He's all over this.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
He's on the first two.
I'm just saying, I'm surprised you hadn't mentioned that yet.
Probably just never crossed.
He's on 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
5 songs.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think the touch of using, because on this album, there are elements of blackness on here in terms of the sound, the jazz you hear, the neo soul you hear, the of course obviously the R&B sounds you hear on as well. I think the one thing missing, of course, is rock and roll. That's not on here, but of course it wouldn't fit. But overall, just like using Sid and using Elena and PJ, and of course, like you said, Rob, Bilal, to bring in, the collard greens and stuff, to kind of add to it, because I think it needed a touch. But yeah, no, I like it, man. I'm cool with Love. Like I said, I think for me, Rain Star, I'm cool with Love Star. I do agree with it following Black America again. Is a bit of a shocker, so maybe that's what it is for y'all.
Yeah, he was trying to slow it down a little bit, I see, but that song is bad.
I love Stevie Wonder, man. What I like about Stevie Wonder's usage on here is because if you think about when Prince died, people were talking about Stevie Wonder and how, he's like the last one left.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I thought it was dope that he was on here. And he just had one line.
But he killed that damn line.
He said it 12 times.
It's so much feeling to it, man. It was amazing.
But for a while, I was like, damn, did he loop it? And then he just started singing. I was like, oh, Stevie just...
Because he started...
Stevie do that. Ain't no looping.
He started getting busy at the end. Yeah. When that bass line... He started when that bass line...
He was feeling that shit.
Stevie is the originator of looping himself.
Yeah.
Like straight up. That's what he's always done. That's classic
He's the master of just having that one line and just
keep
ending the song.
Playing with the inflections.
Exactly.
So I thought that was incredibly dope. But overall, man, I think this is definitely a good project. It's good to see Common kind of get back to what he's good at, and this is what he's good at. And he's able to do it in so many different ways, from project to project to project. And this is just another example of him just doing what he's best at. And I'm totally in total agreement with you. Like, with Nobody Smiling, while his intentions may have been pure, it may have felt a little forced, that he felt like he needed to address the issues in Chicago because he's from Chicago, and he needs to be applauded for that because you need that as well. But this album to me is a timestamp with everything that's been going on, the terrorism of the police, on Black people and just people in general. We needed something to hold on to, and we needed something positive, something good in hip hop, and to help balance out all of the other stuff that we have.
Like you said, inspiring. Something inspiring.
Yeah. What was that you told me earlier this week about what people were saying about this album?
Oh yeah, comparing it to B or whatever, saying, he messed around and made his best album since, album just as good as B, and I was like, ooh, no.
Yeah, people were just saying that.
No, people were jumping the gun.
B.
Yeah, it's just as good or better than B. I'm like,
it's right up underneath.
Y'all crazy.
It's like I haven't felt about a Common album since B.
I'm with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't made me feel like this since
Dreamer
B.
Believer was pretty good though.
It was good.
Yeah, but it wasn't this good.
I mean, but I don't know right up on the B though.
Why can't you place it right on the B though? I mean,
Forever.
Right on. Okay, under forever.
But I said, but it's up there though.
Forever in this one, it's up there, top 3.
Like Water for Chocolate?
Nah, cause that had some gaps in it, didn't it?
No,
it didn't.
No.
To me, I remember around the time I listened.
That was my second
That
favorite
was-
album. After
It came out in what, 90?
Yeah,
2000.
no.
2000, was it 2000?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna hate me. I think it's good. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as y'all
I
do.
felt like you thought that, but man, I don't know, man.
I mean, to me, it's a modern Common album, which means I really enjoy it. I really enjoy listening to it, but the odds of me returning to it are slim to none. Because I'd rather go listen to B, Like Water for Chocolate, Find It Forever. I'm not gonna come back to this, I don't think, because, no, don't get me wrong, again, let me repeat. This is a great album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way it comes in with Joy and Peace is fucking fantastic. Home, fantastic. Like, Black America Again easily is one of the best Common songs that he's done in probably a decade. But Love Star, I couldn't stand. Red Wine, I wasn't a big fan. I didn't think it was whack. I wasn't a big fan of it. But those are the only songs. Unfamiliar. That was the other one I didn't like. I didn't care for Unfamiliar. Sorry, I just didn't. But everything else on here I thought was solid. Like I said, Black America Again was great. Pyramid, I think, is a fucking amazing song. The way that really minimal beat and the way he's rhyming over it, but it was that second verse that y'all just go back and listen to it again. The way he's rhyming on that second verse, it gives me fucking goosebumps. The way he's spitting, what?
Because that's the, because I think it's like the second verse where he starts to kind of rap a little bit more aggressively.
And yes, and a little bit angry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it sounded like he was spitting everywhere.
He's probably was.
That is some shit.
Come on, man. Common was spitting his ass off on that verse.
Like literally.
Yeah, literally.
Oh shit.
Y'all some haters, man. Maybe he was spitting, I don't know. But all I know is the fucking verse was dope as shit. The first verse was like, oh man, this is good. That second verse, when he just, I don't know what it was. He just got hyped.
Yeah,
and he killed that fucking second verse. A Bigger Picture called Free.
Yes.
That song is amazing. And the way the producer and Sid laid down, the way she sang just sounded amazing. Her voice on this song was beautiful.
That's Sid from the internet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Future Sid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way Bilal closed that track, he was channeling Curtis Mayfield on that song. That's how I felt when I heard it. I was just like, damn, he sounds not just like, but he sounded like that's what he's going for, that Curtis Mayfield soul. And I was like, damn, this shit is fucking tight. But again, this album needed to happen because...
How many times you listen to it?
Oh, plenty, because...
Damn.
Because it was this has happened for the past 3 Common projects where I don't think they're bad. Now granted, this is the best one out of the last 3 or 4 projects he's done, but I never think they're bad. It's just when I listen to them, I'm like, this is fucking good. Damn, this is good. Damn, this song is really good. But will I go back to it? I don't think so. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I would just rather go listen. I was gonna get there, but it's just like I'd rather just go listen to B. I'd rather go listen to Like Water for Chocolate, which you're bugging. There are no slumps on Like Water for Chocolate.
That's what I'm like.
I think you might be thinking of a different project.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the one.
Well,
green,
Find It Forever had a
green.
couple songs I didn't really like that much, but
Yeah, it did too.
Maybe that's
that
what it
has
is.
like a green and beige looking cover.
Yeah.
And they got
Maybe I'm
the
tripping.
lighters on there.
Yeah, the lighters on there.
yeah, that's how I was great.
I had to go back to it.
You asked me if it's too positive, and I was gonna get there, and I think that is kind of what the problem is. It's like, I know, and I really wish I liked this album more sonically. I really, really, really do, because these are all ideas and concepts that I really think are important right now, and these are things that a lot of minority rappers, and shit, I guess all rappers, but specifically minority rappers, should really be talking about. But I think just right now I'm just too irritated. I'm too pissed off for this. Like, I know you need this voice. I know you need the Commons. You can't always have Chuck D. You can't always have Immortal Techniques. You need the Common that's going, that slam poet that's going to sit you down and be like, we are the original man. Yeah, I need that, but I just don't think I need it right now, or I don't think I'm able to digest it right now.
You want to be mad right now.
Huh?
You want to be a little mad.
I want somebody to be fucking screaming right now. I need more technique right now. I need old school Dead Prez right now. I feel like I need King Kunta Kendrick right now. I don't need Walls Kendrick. I don't need no poetry right now. So that is just a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
I think maybe in a month or two, I might come back to this once I'm over what's going on. Because there's some bars. Plenty of bars.
That's what I was saying, like, yeah.
There's plenty of bars, and it's funny that he has things on here, because he couldn't have known what was going to happen. But he even has this line where he says, you shoot me with your ray gun, and now you want to trump me. And I'm like, damn. And I think that was one of the lines that really just pissed me off. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Why you bring it back to him? Why you gonna bring him up right now? I was good with you, Common, and then you brought him up again. But
it's such a Common album, though.
It is. That's why I said it's a almost a typical modern Common album for me, which means I really like it. There are great songs. Nothing on here is whack. But I don't see myself really revisiting it.
What did you think about the Star Wars line?
I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna mention that, and I thought that was a really deep line where he says, "You put a nigga in Star Wars." Well, he say, "Give us two, maybe we'll believe you."
Yeah, maybe we'll believe you.
And you know what? That really fucked me up because I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but my brother. I was talking to my brother about this. He was ticked off about the whole one black dude in Star Wars and him not having any swag. And my response was, this is a black alien, basically. This is not Earth. They don't have swag. But then when you really think about it, it's like, wait a minute, though. He was the only black motherfucker in that whole movie. And y'all know I'm not overly racially sensitive.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's like, but Han Solo's white, Leia's white, Luke's white, Obi-Wan's white. All of these dudes are white. And we got Lando, we got Finn, and we got Chewbacca. I'm kidding about Chewbacca, but you know what I'm saying. So when you look at it, it's like, okay, so in this galaxy far, far away, are there just no are we not existent? And when you first listen to a line like what Common said, you just look at it like, oh, he just saying some shit. But when you really think about it, yeah, he has a point.
Mace Windu, he got killed.
Oh, I forgot about Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot about him.
Tommy, look, you OG in the game. All I'm gonna say is I really enjoyed this project, man. I really enjoyed this project. It was much needed. And I think that you always have, like B said, you know what I'm saying? And Mike said it as well. Like you always have this type of message, but for me, it was all about the timing. It's just so many emotions going on right now in our country. And I think that you really capture the embodiment of everything that black and brown people need, man. Like we need to start doing some of the stuff that you're talking about in this project and that you've been talking about in a lot of your projects, man. So I just truly appreciate the work that you put in on this one.
Comment if you're watching, appreciate the album. I think it's a good album. It's good to hear you round back into form with this particular project. And as always, man, I mean, I love the things that you say on record. I love that, you are always positive for the most part, and you get busy when you need to get busy, but for the most part, everything's about positive, putting out good messages out there into the atmosphere, and that's something that we definitely need.
Yeah, I agree with Ken. Common, if you're watching, this is definitely, even though for me being a really fan of yours, you're not touching new ground as far as content. I think it's just what we're going through right now. And I didn't even know. I told Ken, I didn't even know you came out with an album. Like this came out of nowhere. Like I didn't see no promotion, nothing for this. So for this to just come out, and I was just like, man, I really enjoyed this. I think kudos to that, because sometimes when albums don't get promotion or whatever, you be like, like it's the company they saying it's bad. But yeah, this album, you definitely did your thing on this one. Shout out to Karriem Riggins for putting that soul, that funk throughout this whole project that we grew up to love about you and your sound. So overall, yeah, I like it. Good album, man. I really dig this.
I just want to apologize, Common. I really wish that I was in a different mind state, and I know I'm not coming off as a very professional reviewer, and I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm just an average fan that listens to your projects and runs my mouth about them. And I think this is a great project. I think maybe in 3 or 4 months, I'll think it's even greater than I think it is right now. But right now, I'm not even gonna go into that. You definitely rapped your ass off. There were certain songs where I felt like you were angry and you were passionate. And sometimes I feel like I want more of that passion from you as opposed to that kind of pulled back, calm comment. I kind of like that angry comment. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to beef with somebody again and get angry. But there were songs on here where I felt the passion coming out of the speakers. And then there were other songs where I just felt like they were a little bit too chill for me right now in this climate. But that is a completely personal thing, and that has nothing to do with the quality of the project. Project is great. Yeah, there's nothing more to say, man. Just keep making shit like this. We need your voice. We need the calm Martins for the angry Malcolms. So I appreciate that. And yeah, that's it.
I would be really interested in the angry